Hey there, math students. Welcome to homework R.14, operations with fractions review. So I'm trying to put everything together for you. You must show all work. You can check your work with the calculators tomorrow. So front side's nothing about division, but then the back side we're going to kind of recall some of the other practices. So number 13, 1/2 divided by 3 over 1. First thing you're going to want to do, put that bad boy not over 3, but over 1. And then, now that we have two fractions, I'm going to want to flip this. So I rewrite it 1/2 times 1/3. I get to multiply straight across, and I get my answer of 1/6. That's fully simplified, so I put my answer on my answer line. Okay. Number 15. All right. We're going to flip, and I'm going to get 7/8 times 10 over 9. Before I multiply straight across, I should look to see if I can cross cancel. Divide 8 and 10 by 2, so 10 becomes a 5. 8 becomes a 2. A 4, my fault. And now I can multiply straight across. So 7 times 5, 4 times 9, I should get 35 over 36, and that is fully simplified, so put your answer on your answer line. All right, if I were you, I'd pause right now and try and do 14 and 16, show all work like I've shown. Number 17, remember when you got mixed numbers, that's a big old stop sign, right? We got to change it into an improper fraction first. So this makes us 7/4 divided by 1/3. Now, once I have two fractions, now I can flip the second fraction. So I got 7/4 times 3/1. Now I multiply straight across. There's nothing to cross cancel. So 7 times 3, 21. 4 times 1 is 4. And that's an improper fraction, so I'm going to figure it out. How many times does 4 go into 21? 5 times, with 1 left over. So you got 5 and 1/4 as your answer. 5 wholes, 1 left over, that's your numerator, keep the denominator. I would pause and try and do number 18 if I were you. Right, the next section says I can solve word problems involving quotients of fractions. So Chris is building a model out of wire. He has a length of a wire that measures 9/10 of a yard. He cuts it into 5 equal parts. Cutting something into equal parts, that should be a big time hint that, oh, this is division. So you're taking 9/10 and you're dividing it by 5, right? Now, the very first thing you should do is say, okay, 9/10, I gotta put it, 5, I gotta put it over 1, and then it's easy. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my fraction, so 9/10 times, oops, I forgot to flip, 1/5. Multiply straight across, there's nothing to cross cancel. And so each piece will be 9/50, so 9/50ths of a yard. Very small pieces, right? Number 20, you should do on your own. Right? Number 21, Chelsea is sewing handmade scarves for her sisters and friends. She has 4 5/6 yards of material and needs 7/8 of a yard material for each scarf. That keyword, each scarf, that should tell you, hey, we're dividing, right? So 4 5/6 divided by 7/8. We should have a stop sign here because we got a mixed number, so multiply that. That gives you 29/6 divided by 7/8. Now I'm going to go ahead and flip and get 29/6 times 8/7, and I cross cancel. I can divide by 2 here, so 8 divided by 2 is 4, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and now I just multiply straight across. All right, so 29 times 4, let me help you out, gives you 116, and 3 times 7 gives you 21. So how many times does 21 go into 116? You just use your reference sheet, go across, notice it can't go in bigger than 5 times. That gives you 105. With 11 left over, so you get 5 and 11/21 yards, or scarves she can make. Really, she can only make 5 scarves, right? So, but exactly 5 and 11/21. Okay, you do 22. All right, now I can add, subtract, multiply fractions. So we got to remember our rules for this stuff. So for adding fractions, it's just common denominators. So 2 5/6 plus 3 1/4. We don't need to change them to improper fractions. We just need to find common denominators. So my common denominator here is 12. So that becomes 2 and 10/12 plus 3 and 3/12. When I add it up, I get 5 and 10 plus 3 is 13/12. We know that this is not okay. It gives us one more whole, 1 and 1/12. Because 12 goes into 13 one time with 1 left over. And we add it back to 5, so our answer is 6 and 1/12. I'm going to help you set up the subtraction problem. Remember, you need common denominators. I would pause the video and try and do it yourself. So remember, you're going to need what your common denominator is here. Okay? Number 27, multiplying fractions, mixed number. That means we got to have a stop sign. So I should get 9 over 7 times 1 over 3. Do not need common denominators here. Before I multiply straight across, I should cross cancel. I can divide both these by 3, so that 3 becomes a 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now I can multiply straight across, and I get 3 over 7. Alright, so I'm going to do number 29, and then 28 and 30 are on you. So 29 says, Miss Smith bought 4/5 of a pound of red jelly beans, 1 2/3 pounds of green jelly beans, and 1 3/5 pounds of purple jelly beans. What was the total weight of Miss Smith's purchase? So we're trying to add 4/5 plus 1 2/3 plus 1 3/5. If I were you, I would add the two guys that are fifths together first. So I'd say, what's 4/5 plus 1 3/5? Well, that is 1 7/5, right? Because these both had fifths, so it was pretty easy to add them up together first. 1 7/5 is actually, if we take this, this is 1 2/5, so plus 1. That's actually 2 2/5. So now I'm just adding 2 2/5 plus 1, what was left over, and 2/3, right? So common denominator here is obviously 15, so times 5 times 3. And that gives me 2 6/15 plus 1 10/15, which gives me 3 16/15. Oh man, and I got an improper fraction there, so we know we're going to get one more whole out of that. So that's 4 1/15 pounds of jelly beans, right? And I knew I had to add this from the get-go because it said what was the total weight of Miss Smith's purchase, right? All right, so you got 28 and 30. Please call me if you have questions. Please show all work. Don't just guess. Don't just leave stuff blank.